think that is where you were coming from. Yes, I want to. We have series in the olden days before we had Boko Haram a few years ago. What we usually celebrate every year, where those are ones that lost their life during the Biafran War. Yeah. But nowadays we have added. Oh, sorry, we have what? We have added another numbers. Even some people say that the number of casualties during this ongoing, because it has not ended, we go let it end, that we have recorded is more than what we had during that time. You were a soldier, you were in the force during that very time. I want you to compare what happened during that very civil war and what is happening now. How can you juxtapose it?
Thank you very much. Good evening at home. We cannot compare the casualty of civil war
1957 to 60
with all this kind of insurgencies, because civil war, it is a conventional war fought by trained soldiers. But in this case, that terrorists can just go inside, go out and kill people the way anyhow they like, and not everywhere is being covered by the military personnel because of the large landmass that we have in Nigeria. So you cannot compare the two.
What about in terms of the casualties?
The casualties, that is the same thing. Before a soldier can die during the war, it's like a game that you advance. When they hear you people coming, they too will. If you overpower them because of your own firepower, they will run. If they want to overrun us too, we know how to do it. So it's like a game. We are all trained. But in case of people who are not trained, who just want to hit and run, that is this guerrilla warfare kind of people, you cannot say this is where they will come from. For example, people just disguise and go to somewhere, and it's not done during the Civil War. If you are advancing, wherever you capture, it's your own territory. You need to defend it. But how many areas are you going to defend? Are you going to defend the railway station where they go and fight now at the same time? After all this internal security arrangement, keeping these little things, they are for police force. You cannot call the army to come and fight in the open in the town. So things are taken differently. But as the army progresses, we have had the Department of Anti-Terrorist Group. We have different types of. We have paratroopers, the airborne boys who can drop from a plane with parachute, and all these things are, as we progress, so the army too is advanced.
Okay, that means that what you want to tell us is that Nigeria should be rest assured that
we should be rest assured.
But it happened, I think, a few days ago. That is the attack.
That is the duty of the army. If soldier died, well, we are remembering those who died now. People are bound to die. Even if I'm not in the army, I have some mates who died before I returned from the military service. So death is an inevitable thing.
You don't fear death.
We don't fear, even it is the death itself who's supposed to fear us. A good soldier will never fear death.
Okay, can we say that because when you look at it, the rate with which the insurgency are bombarding Nigeria seems to be a little bit relieved, if at all the recent ones that happened that made the scene so powerful. But can we say that you soldiers, because if I revert to you as a soldier,
we are still
yes, do you believe that you can win this war?
Why not? The other time I was there, I told you that all these things will be the thing of the past.
But it still happened.
It's happening during our own generation. When the Biafran war came, everybody was thinking that will be the end of the war. Even in Lagos, there was air raid that they crashed an aircraft belonging to all these Portuguese people around the Alakoro inside Lagos. If our people are not to be vigilant, that aircraft would not have been crashed. So this is happening in our own generation. And as Yoruba will say that as we are progressing, as we are advancing, we have children who will grow up with some technological means to defend our country. During our grandfather's own, they know how to protect their own people. You can see a native hunter who will throw something out and will tell you that nobody will pass there, nobody will pass there. So as time goes on, we will continue to
let us come socially, and not militarily this time. We, in Nigeria, we always celebrate the heroes every year. Are we really celebrating you?
To the best of my knowledge, Nigeria is celebrating heroes, but there is still room for improvement, because it was not like this. In those days, it was celebrated every 11th of November. That is 11/11, which commemorated the end of World War II. But as Nigeria now come to realize that we have fought our own war now, we are no more under the British colonialism. Then it was changed to 15th January. That was the exact day that our own civil war.
Okay, what I want to establish is that is all what Nigeria always promised, that is during the day of celebration, are we doing it? Is the government doing it for you? Are the people, that is society, doing it for you? Because how are people looking up to retired? Yes, you are an example of it. How are people?
They are doing it because if I could remember, those our ancient fathers who fought in the Burmas, in the Indians and other places, we met them alive. Some of them didn't have their own house that they built. But as soon as that generation phased out, Nigerian army begin to improve. And we begin to see people collecting pension. Myself now that I'm a pensioner. Monthly.
You are collecting it
regularly? Regularly. Everybody will tell you that military is not paying pension, is telling lies. So it has improved drastically than what it used to be in those days. Those who fought, who went to India, to Burma, to places, they came back and some of them became
gate men.
Yes, they were just
security.
At their own old age. It's like we were serving our colonial masters then. You understand? But as time goes on, now we begin to realize that no, this is how. So it will get to a stage whereby before you retire from the army, your house will be where they will give you will be ready, like they do in some other advanced countries. I didn't envy them because they have been ahead of us for long, and we too we are coming up.
That means we are saying that every retired soldier is a rich man.
Yeah, not really, but they are not.
You are more than average.
Yes.
Because one can see that you are more than average.
Honestly.
Okay, that means kudos to the
government.
Yes. But yes, are you paying back? Because all of you are scattered in society. Are you paying back? When it comes to security, we are having a serious challenge. Even up to those who net. That is we call it petty thieves.
Yes, in the community.
Yes, they are affecting. Yeah. And if they tear somebody's louvers or whatever, what you describe is that they may steal assets worth thousands of naira.
Yes.
Therefore, then you have the opportunity of training. Then are you doing it?
Personally,
or jointly?
Jointly we are organizing. We are meeting with other people, and there are a lot of orientations. Not quite long. The Chief of Army Staff organized joint seminar. It takes place in Lagos.
For you to enjoy yourself?
Yes. No, not for enjoyment. Okay. To get to know each other and then discuss and let us know that we are still part of the system. What's supposed to be our duty at home, we were reminded. Some people in your own community, you're supposed to be liaising with like I did, the person who came here at that time. He only just noticed that somebody in this community, they call him Baba Soja. And I bought torchlight for security boys. I will come out at night and teach them how to catch all these tips. So he had to come and meet me, and he invited me, and I became his training officer for the boys. Which other way?
That's another job.
That is another way of putting.
And another source of income.
Yes, no, it's not income. It was not.
Not free. It's not free.
What is the income of Yasalam himself? Himself is only having interest of doing it.
Yes, but when you train, when you give service,
who is paying? But if I'm going, maybe okay, buy fuel for your car.
It's part of it.
And that is
okay, let us come back to our own state, that is state of Osun.
Yes.
Our governor is a very good person who loves security. When you look at it, since he came, we have never witnessed any crisis in the state.
Yeah.
And yes, he has the means of doing it. But what, as a security officer some years ago, then what assistance are you paying to the state government? Let us talk about Osun.
The state government, we are at their service at any time. Even one can be paying back at his own time around his own community without being known to people. Because in our community...
Do you have any synergy with the state security outfit?
Yes. We have the Nigerian Legion,
yes.
all these Amotekun, something, though some of us, part of us are invited to come and train, to come and synergize with them. But we can still do better if the army wants, because such an outfit ought to be dominated by retired men. Because this includes exercise in the bush and all this, which is a little bit different from what vigilantes are trained to do. For example, we were talking of, I passed through Imesile to Sauke today. That vast land, hilly area there.
Bushy
and rocky. You see,
can be,
that place can be housed to criminals. But if we mobilize, we can go and be training there. And there was a time when I was with this same Alhaji Yasalam, there was an organization, the Friends of Police Officers and retired people. They used to go and hunt inside that forest. And they used like 3, 4, 5 days. There was a time they killed this heavy bush pig. So, but no, I don't think such. If such clubs can be reorganized by the government and they site all our forest area, even towards Ikiri and all this area, and they put people in there. I said it here sometimes, that we have people who know how to read map, this compass, and they will lead Amotekun, and they will dominate inside that bush. Nobody will dare come and say he's coming to attack us. That is the only way we can.
Because some people believe that after retirement, what is left is to be enjoying life.
Well, you too can see by yourself that if we only rely on say enjoying life, we will not be still be fit like this. Daily, we know how we come out and do. Those who believe that after retirement, that is the end of their life, you cannot see. If you see them, they look haggard and unkempt. But if you believe that you can still be useful to your community, you'll be up and doing.
Let us go practical now.
Yeah.
What happened in terms of the attack on the train and some other public centers? What do you think that the government and the people can do to reduce or to get that thing out of our society? Attack on train, attack on buses, and some other places like that.
Attack on train, attack on buses.
Even public places.
Usually we used to have a police detachment. Even we have railway police in those days. But because of the laxity that this kind of thing was not happening, maybe they relaxed. And sometimes maybe the police then think that their own duty was to just check tickets or particulars. But nowadays, as things, music change, your dancing steps will change too. So we're supposed to have the detachment of security men attached to police. Every coach is supposed to have armed men. Even all these buses, these commuters, if they are 18 passengers, we're supposed to have one person
working with
well armed. So
Yes, you are communicating. Let's continue.
If we have like that, you are just going, you are on the way,